a grid.
Something seems wrong with the world lately, and it's no longer just isolated events. It's inexplicable patterns that defy logic. From skies that seem broken to impossible moments captured by cameras, what we are witnessing may be the sign that reality, as we know it, is transforming. Before we move forward, I need to ask you, and I want you to answer now in the comments. What do you think is going on? Many believe that recent events, such as the grid lights in the Oklahoma sky, are proof that we live in a simulation that has begun to fail. On the other hand, there are those who claim that the gushing waters in the desert and the two suns in Saudi Arabia are the direct fulfillment of ancient prophecies about the end times. What is your side? Is it a mistake in the Matrix, or is the world warning you that time is up? Comment below, because what I'm going to show you today will make you question if the government is really hiding shipwreckage in broad daylight. Watch carefully, because once you notice these signs, there is no longer any way to ignore them. Today, we're going to look at everything from giant footprints in Thailand to a disturbing video that many claim is an actual abduction recorded on camera. The latest record of this video is so bizarre that experts are still struggling to find a rational explanation. Get ready, because what you will see next should not exist.
A footprint of a giant.
On March 29, 2025, tourists on a beach along the Phuket Sea in Thailand were stunned to discover something unexpected in the shallow waters near the coast. The giant footprint was not that of some ancient dinosaur, but of a giant human. What made the discovery interesting and troubling was that it had not been seen before and looked fresh, almost as if a giant had passed by. At the same time, no other footprints were found in the area. Could it be that a giant really exists and passed through here, with this footprint being the only accidental evidence left behind? Mysterious flame in Rusatsu. On the snowy slopes of Rusatsu Resort in Japan, one of those present noticed a very strange flame that appeared and disappeared momentarily. It was thought to be sparks coming from an exposed electrical cable that could be touching the tree, but no electrical wires were found due to safety concerns, which made this case interesting and concerning at the same time. Bizarro effect in the sky. People in Portland, Oregon, noticed an unusual scene unfolding in the sky on May 16, 2025. Around 4 p.m., a circular gap formed in the clouds, with the sun positioned in the center as a pale, eerie spotlight. Witnesses described the light as eerily dim, making the moment both fascinating and disturbing. Many stopped to observe, unsure of what they were seeing. While the sight has sparked concern and speculation, experts have generally explained such events as rare but natural atmospheric effects involving cloud formation and the scattering of light. The strange appearance left a lasting impression on those who witnessed it. Finally, something happens in Anaheim. Grade No Suda Tulsa. During the afternoon in Tulsa, Oklahoma, pedestrians noticed an unusual change in the sky that quickly caught their attention. What initially looked like ordinary clouds began to glow, revealing a strange grid-like pattern composed of evenly spaced luminous squares that stretched across the horizon. The display lasted for about 20 seconds before disappearing. Residents shared images and theories online, while meteorologists offered no immediate explanation. Although some joked that it was a flaw in the simulation, the event was generally seen as a rare and unusual atmospheric phenomenon, leaving many observers puzzled by its sudden appearance and disappearance. Incident in the Patagonia Glacier. While traveling through the Patagonian province of Santa Cruz, a group of tourists found something huge in the water that almost capsized the boat on August 13, 2024. Moments later, an even stranger event occurred when a lower section of a glacier suddenly broke free and rose to the surface of Lake Argentino. The unexpected and risky incident left the group shaken as they realized that they had just witnessed a rare and powerful natural event, from which they could not even understand what or how exactly it had happened. Twin suns in Saudi Arabia. Just an hour before sunset in Saudi Arabia, on January 4, 2026, the sudden appearance of what appeared to be two suns on the horizon immediately caught attention and gathered a crowd. Both looked almost identical in brightness and size, making it difficult for witnesses to tell which one was the real one. Its wide separation in the sky has led many observers to dismiss common explanations as reflections or simple optical effects. As images and videos spread, some religious viewers began to interpret the vision as a significant sign, linking it to beliefs about the end times. The unusual scene sparked intense discussions, leaving many uneasy about what they thought they had witnessed.
Pink blizzard in Iowa.
Dramatic ground conditions were experienced in north-central Iowa, where a pink blizzard occurred around December 30, 2025. The unusual event combined heavy snowfall with a striking pink hue in the sky, showing a possible connection between the two phenomena, potentially linked to changes in weather patterns. Experts who investigated the event confirmed that parts of the snow itself contained pale traces of pink, making this an exceptionally rare occurrence. The unusual color and timing of the blizzard has garnered significant attention from scientists and locals, who continue to study what caused such a vivid and unexpected natural display.
Flaming swarm in China.
A strange event occurred in China on February 16, 2025, when the sky suddenly lit up with bright objects, resembling trails of light rushing towards the ground. Some people panicked and ran, while others managed to capture the astonishing scene on video, proving that what they saw was real. Without these recordings, many would have doubted the occurrence. Later, experts appeared on the news, explaining that the mysterious lights were meteorites entering the Earth's atmosphere. Sudden glow in the Missouri sky. Footage from a Ring camera shared by a homeowner in Missouri showed a frightening bang that happened very randomly one night. The source reported not having sighted aircraft, drones, or meteors, which could otherwise be the possible explanation, especially when no wreckage was discovered after the investigation. This was also witnessed by others in several neighboring states at the same time, verifying that this explosion happened high in the atmosphere. In addition, NASA and SpaceX confirmed that it was nothing coming from their side either. Crater cracks in Mexico. In Mexico, a massive crack suddenly appeared in the desert near Hermosillo, Sonora, on September 7, 2024, alarming not only nearby residents but communities across the region. Residents shared videos showing a deep fissure tearing through the landscape, stretching nearly 2.9 kilometers, 1.5 miles, apart and measuring up to 8 meters deep by 5 meters wide in some sections. The dramatic collapse of the ground quickly attracted widespread attention, having turned into something of a national catastrophe. Reports stated that several grazing calves tragically fell through the crack and did not survive, adding to the concern. Deep look for the tower, it's one thing. Inverted waterfall in the Faroe Islands. A tourist visiting the Faroe Islands captured an astonishing sight that seemed to defy gravity itself on June 9, 2024. A coastal waterfall was seen flowing upwards, pulled towards the sky instead of plunging into the sea, giving the impression of an inverted cascade. Although strong winds were initially offered as an explanation, such conditions are typically brief and unlikely to sustain the effect for long. The prolonged nature of the event has fueled speculation that gravity in certain regions may be weakening or behaving unpredictably, a disturbance that, if true, could gradually spread to other parts of the planet. Mysterious light in Vladivostok. A motorist passing by an elevated road in the city of Vladivostok late at night saw the sky illuminated by a mysterious light. A large portion of the sky appeared evenly lit, and the source of the light did not appear to come from the ground. Although the aurora borealis is occasionally visible in northern Russia, experts have ruled out the possibility that this phenomenon was remotely related to it. Local authorities have ruled out any satellite launches or tests, making the cause of this natural phenomenon a mystery. Arc in the Canadian sky. A strange event in the Canadian sky has captured widespread attention after a series of bright lights appeared moving in a perfectly straight formation. The lights seemed connected by an invisible force, leaving behind faint trails that resembled smoke as they floated silently overhead. Witnesses were confused, and even experts had difficulty pinpointing a clear cause, ruling out common explanations. Whether the sighting was a result of an unusual atmospheric effect or something much more unknown remains open to debate. The incident shows how often phenomena occur that are not explainable. Desert leaking in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, an unusual event was reported on August 19, 2022, when water suddenly began to gush from the ground in the middle of the desert. The unexpected influx attracted the attention of locals who described it as a rare and surprising sight in such an arid region. While some residents linked the occurrence to an ancient prophecy about deserts turning green in the distant future, others saw it as a natural phenomenon possibly linked to groundwater pressure or geological conditions. Regardless of interpretation, the incident sparked widespread discussion, as many felt that the timing and location made it far from a common coincidence. Discovered in the Dubai desert. During a desert safari in Dubai, a group of friends came across an unusual sight, a dark, thick liquid moving across the sand. Curious, they approached and quickly realized by the strong smell that it was crude oil, forming what looked like a small river accumulating in the desert. They reported the discovery to the authorities, and their unexpected find eventually contributed to the identification of a new oil reserve in the Dubai desert. Wavy River in China. A drone pilot who was doing sweeps on the shores of China began to notice a series of very unexpected events, where the river water began to behave abnormally, from the wavy structure to full water waves to what is called the dragon's eye wave effect, considering that such incidents are only known to happen due to the change in the effect of the wind, making this a natural phenomenon. The rugged movement of a speedboat shows just how rough and strong these waves were.
Portal under the bridge.
After coming across a baffling discovery, a TikTok user shared a video that quickly captured widespread attention. In the clip, he walks under a bridge and, within seconds, appears to emerge into a dense forest, with a transition so seamless that it is almost impossible to detect the change. It remains uncertain whether this alleged portal was created intentionally or formed through natural means, but its flawless transition has made it one of the smoothest and most convincing ever recorded online. Shine in the sky of Santiago. Residents on the outskirts of Chile's capital, Santiago, noticed this glow of unknown light that appeared in the sky on March 31, 2023. Its source appeared to be some sort of aircraft propulsion system, if not an unidentified flying object hovering and trying to use cloudy skies as cover. However, there was no movement or sound to verify this possibility, which led many witnesses to believe that it was more of a phenomenon.
Anomaly camouflada.
In an undisclosed location, a native of Brazil was on a trail when he noticed a very strange object that was suspended in the sky just above a mountain. Its nature and shape did not resemble any aircraft or even a UFO. From the moment it appeared until its disappearance, it appeared to be hidden or camouflaged, being neither an organism nor a ship. The only remaining explanation was that it was some kind of phenomenon. Laser attack in Michigan. On the night of May 5, 2023, a surveillance camera on top of an apartment building in Michigan captured a surprising event that quickly drew attention. The images showed a sudden, intense laser-like attack illuminating the sky. At first, viewers assumed it was thunder or lightning, but upon closer review of the recording, it became clear that the phenomenon was something else entirely. Screams in the grave. A man went to a cemetery in Idaho to visit his wife's grave when he experienced something deeply disturbing in 2022. As he walked around the site, he began to hear a faint cry coming from one of the tombs that had a partially cracked ceiling. At first, he ignored it as the wind, but the sound became clearer and seemed to come from within. However, when he looked through a small opening, nothing very visible was found. Unable to explain what he heard, he shared the clip online. Some believe it was the voice of a restless soul, while others have suggested that his grief may have led him to imagine the sound. Camera captured abduction. An unknown source shared this clip on social media, showing a dramatic moment that ensued on camera. An owner who, along with the person holding the camera, was making a video when a flying saucer appeared out of nowhere and immediately, upon releasing a suction beam, grabbed the man and in a split second, disappeared completely. The source, despite looking around in panic and confusion, couldn't understand anything for the first few minutes until he later reviewed the footage. The clip was later shared online, where many concluded that it showed an actual abduction. Acid rain in California. California resident began collecting samples of an unusual haze that he believed to be abnormal, an incident that occurred on December 23, 2025. According to him, the strange cloudy condition from which he collected a water sample had an odd texture, appearing oily, bubbly, and slimy. He described it as having a runny nose-like consistency, something he said he had never encountered before. Concerned, he sent samples for testing, stating that an unknown phenomenon caused it. The incident has since raised questions about what exactly was present in the air that day. See those bubbles on top of that humidity? The moisture accumulates there, and so do the particles. Bizarre formation in the sky of Mexico. In 2020, a short video from Mexico circulated online showing an unusual cloud formation in the night sky that many viewers thought resembled a face. The clip quickly went viral, sparking curiosity and debate. Some said it looked like a humanoid or demonic figure, while others linked it to religious symbolism, but there is no evidence of anything supernatural. These suspicions grew as two identical-looking, moon-like balls of light appeared. The illuminated silhouette of the entire sky then formed into what clearly looked like a giant face that could indeed be that of an alien, if not the devil.
Ghost ship.
During the docking of a ferry at the Mukilteo terminal in Washington, operations were temporarily halted when a 30-meter-long ghost boat drifted to the area on December 12, 2025. The vessel had no lights and no visible crew, making it nearly impossible to navigate around safely. Such boats without light and without a crew pose serious risks, as collisions or accidents can occur quickly if other vessels do not spot them in time. Witnesses described the sight as unusual and alarming, pointing to the dangers of drifting vessels on busy waterways. Fortunately, no immediate accidents occurred, but the incident left authorities and onlookers shaken.
Hole in the sky.
In January 2016, two American tourists near Geneva, Switzerland, captured a strange phenomenon above the Large Hadron Collider at CERN. Their images showed clouds spinning rapidly over the research tunnels, forming a vortex shape. Suddenly, a glowing sphere appeared and shot straight into the center of the swirling clouds. Moments later, both the sphere and the vortex disappeared without a trace. The video quickly went viral, racking up over 250,000 views and sparking widespread speculation. Some suggested it could be a rare atmospheric effect, while others wondered if it was evidence of something more mysterious. Bizarre herd activity in Turkey. Among all the unusual things the shepherd had witnessed, the repeated circular motion of his sheep stood out and left him deeply concerned in one region of Turkey. Although the animals often move in circles to protect their young from predators, the endless and repetitive behavior alarmed both the shepherd and the villagers. Similar activity had been observed last year, and its return a few days ago has unsettled the community, especially since it was seen before a major natural event in 2023. While experts suggest there may be natural explanations for the behavior, the timing has heightened anxiety among locals who fear it could signal another impending event. Strange gas emission in Mumbai. Concerned residents of Mumbai, India, have shared a clip on social media showing a very strange sight. He captured unusual fumes rising from a concrete exhaust fan on the side of a street. One of the sanitation workers arrived soon after and began investigating the cause before trying to fix it, climbing on top of a concrete barrier. For security reasons, a crowd of residents gathered at a distance. While the exhaustion continued, the exact cause is unknown. It is believed to be the result of sewage combined with concentrated chemical waste. From the color of the gas alone, it was clear that it was toxic.
Wormhole.
In 2023, a close-up video from CERN in Switzerland captured an unusual phenomenon that quickly attracted attention online. Clouds seemed to converge around a bright blue light, which intensified from a soft glow to a vivid neon hue, creating a stunning visual effect. Amidst the swirling clouds, a small object briefly appeared before disappearing, leaving viewers intrigued. The combination of changing colors, movement of clouds, and the fleeting appearance of the object made the footage mesmerizing and mysterious. While some have speculated about UFOs, many experts suggest that it was likely a rare atmospheric event enhanced by the camera's perspective. UFO wreckage at Colton. Being on the road just off a highway in Colton, California, a driver noticed something very unexpected. An 18-wheeler truck has appeared carrying what appear to be the remains of a UFO that may have crashed or been shot down by the government. The cover being torn during transport shows that the authorities wanted to keep it hidden and transport it quietly.
Mud effect.
Construction workers in San Diego, California, were just starting their day when they were intrigued by a strange effect that began to occur, despite the soil being completely free of moisture. There almost seemed to be a large pocket of air or thick, muddy matter underneath, creating this cuddly effect. The workers, amazed, filmed this video to share on social media and get answers, where, using the bulldozer, they showed that the land was completely dry. According to one theory, the vibrations of a bulldozer caused the nearby earth to liquefy. However, the exact reason remains unknown. Expansion of the frozen lake in Siberia. In April 2023, as temperatures slowly rose, a tourist captured the dramatic expansion of frozen Lake Baikal in Siberia. Massive, concrete-like blocks of ice spread rapidly, swallowing the surrounding soil as the lake's ice advanced outward. According to a local resident, this incident was very unusual in that instead of the ice breaking up and gradually melting back into the water, the reverse effect was occurring. The cause of this could have been anything from artificial snow formation due to humans engaged in a fight against global warming, or perhaps this was some very rare natural phenomenon that was occurring. After all these records, it is difficult to ignore that something on our planet is changing at an accelerated rate. Whether it's through glitches in reality, never-before-seen natural phenomena, or visits from other worlds, the signs are everywhere. The question that remains is no longer whether something is happening, but how much has not yet been revealed to us. I've read every theory of yours in the comments about simulation versus prophecy, and the discussion is on fire. If you haven't left your opinion yet, come down here and tell me, after seeing the ghost ship and the giant's footprint, do you still believe that this is all just coincidence? If you want to continue receiving these records before they are officially removed or explained, do the following. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Leave your like if this video made you question reality today. The world is full of secrets that many would rather keep hidden. If you found these events strange, you need to watch this video that is now appearing on your screen. In it, I show something that happened recently and that the authorities are trying to suppress at all costs. Thanks for watching this far. Stay alert, and we'll see you in the next mystery.